that's not even all of them. It's time for a book haul. The shirt that I'm wearing is actually what I wear to bed. But I mentioned in my last book haul that I wasn't going to be doing monthly book hauls purely because I don't haul enough books every month. Mostly because I try not to go crazy and buy all of the books for many reasons, I guess, but mostly because I'm trying to cut my physical TBR down, and if I'm buying more books then I'm not helping myself with that goal. So but yeah, there's a few books to talk about, so without further ado we're gonna get straight into it. So the first books that I'm going to share with you I received from publishers. I either requested them or they were sent to me unsolicited. The first one I received from Hachette Australia, Unsolicited, and it is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I don't really know anything about this book, but when I read the blurb, it kind of gave me like Sleeping Giants kind of vibes, but in like a contemporary setting. So like these huge like giant alien kind of robotic beings start appearing around the world, and the story follows a girl who was kind of the first person to discover these beings. You see how I'm getting Sleeping Giants vibes from this, you know? I haven't really seen any reviews for this one, so if you have read it, let me know what your thoughts were. I'd be really interested to see if people are really enjoying this one. But yeah, thank you Hachette for that one. The next book I received from Bloomsbury Australia. This book was literally my like most anticipated release for next year. I had been seeing so many people get a copy of this book, and I had just been literally like not even patiently waiting, I was like desperately waiting, like staring at the mailbox for this book because I needed to get my hands on it that badly. And it is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. It is huge. I actually vlogged my unboxing, which I'll link in the cards if I work out how to do that, and in the description below if you want to see my reaction. Like I literally squealed. Possibly the best part about this, like apart from just getting the book, it also came signed. So happy. The next two books I also unboxed in my vlog, and both of these are again from Hachette, so thank you Hachette. The first one is Wondersmith, which is the sequel to Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. This is a middle grade, wonderful, magical story, and I am in love with it. I've already read this one and I do have a review. It should be up by now on my blog. I'll link it below if it is. This story was so good and beautiful, and it gives you the same kind of feeling that Harry Potter gives you when you first read it. Like it's so good, and I highly recommend checking this series out. There's only 2 books so far. I'm not sure how many books are going to be in the series, but so good, so much fun, just it was great. And the next one that I also got from Hachette is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nagan. I probably butchered that and I'm really sorry. This one I'm super pumped to read. I'm gonna try and read it this month, hopefully. I also noticed when I hold it that it has a author's note and like trigger warnings at the front and on the back cover for like sexual assault and violence. So I think that is so good, and I think every single book should have that. So already I'm like rooting for this book. I'm already like, hell yes, this book is gonna be awesome. So super excited to pick this one up. The last book that I received from publishers was another unsolicited one, and it was from Bloomsbury, and it is you cannot see it. It is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Camera. I don't know if you can see the holographic, like, oh my god. All I know about this one is that it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I believe this one also comes out in February of next year. Thank you Bloomsbury for this one. It's so shiny. They're all the books that were sent to me from publishers. The next books I actually bought. The first one is Saga Volume 9 by Brian Vaughan and Fiona Staples. This is the newest volume of Saga. It is a graphic novel series. It is amazing and I am absolutely obsessed with this series. This one really hit me in the feels. If you want to get into graphic novels, highly recommend Saga. The next one I bought with birthday money, and at the time of that I'm filming this, I'm currently reading it. It is Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I'm about like 130 pages in, so literally not far at all, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I really enjoyed Strange the Dreamer. I read it earlier this year. Very excited to continue reading this one. The last one that I bought was a pre-order. I wasn't going to worry about buying this copy because I already have a copy, but then I saw that it was this beautiful hardcover, was also signed, and it was like $20, which is pretty cheap for a hardcover, especially if you live in Australia. So I kind of couldn't really say no, and it is Wondersmith. Yes, I did haul 2 Wondersmiths this month. You can't blame me for buying this one. Like, it's beautiful hardcover and like the end papers are stunning. The actual book under the cover is stunning, and like I said, it's really hard to see, but it's also signed, so like you can't blame me. Yeah. The last few books I have for this haul I received from my friend from Unholes that they did. I wasn't going to include this because it's not really a new book to me, it's just a book that I lent out to a friend to annotate, and I finally got it back. And it is Stealing Snow by Danielle Page. I don't think I've talked about this book on my channel, but this is the worst book that I've ever read. I literally finished reading this and I was talking to a group of bloggers that live in Melbourne about how much I hated the book, and we were currently also talking about like annotating favorite books and stuff and kind of sending them around to everyone to also annotate, and I had the great idea to send this book around and annotate it. So I read it 2 times so that I could annotate it the second time. So yeah, I gave it to one of my friends to annotate it. So now it has many scribbles, like literally scribbles. I thought it would be fun, and I don't think anyone else will probably ever read this one because it's damn awful, but if you are out there, you live in Australia and you want to read a horrible book and annotate it, hit me up because I'll send this your way so that you can annotate it. Hate it. Good one. Yeah, this book is absolute fucking trash. Anyway, it's an arc of Batman Nightwalker by Marie Lu. Marie Lu is one of my favorite authors. I just love her writing. My friend Beck managed to get an arc of this book and she asked if I wanted it, and I said hell to the yes. I actually haven't read this one yet. I do own a signed hardcover that I bought when I was in the US, but I'm going to try and read this one I think next year. And I also got The Bells by Danielle Clayton from Beck as well. I'd been wanting to read this when it first came out, and Beck ended up getting a copy and she said I could have it, and we just hadn't seen each other until like just last week. I'll leave Beck's YouTube channel down below. We also did a collab together, so I'll leave that below if you haven't seen it. I'll leave both my video and hers down below because she's wonderful and it was a lot of fun to do. Yeah, I honestly can't remember what this one was about, and I don't know when I'll get around to reading this one, but thank you, Beck. The last 3 were also given to me from Beck, but they were from Callie. Callie just sent all these books to Beck and then Beck gave them to me. I don't know, that's just how it worked. Anyway, so the first one is Until It Fades by K.A. Tucker. I have read 2 of K.A. Tucker's books. I do really enjoy some new adult romance, and I'm running low on my bookshelves, so I'm glad that I've actually got this one now as well, to maybe pick up whenever I am in the mood for a bit of steamy romance. So that's why I picked up that one. Then I also grabbed Sad Girls by Lang Leave. To be honest, I don't really know anything about this book. I've also kind of heard mixed things about it. I swear to God, there is always a train when I film. Always. Like without fail. I kind of was sucked in by the cover and I thought I would give it a go anyway. And the last book that I have to haul today is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I'm probably like 4 years late with this series. Like, I don't even know, when was it published? 2015. 3 years. I've kind of been interested in picking it up, but I just never, I don't know, whenever I saw it in a bookstore, I just was never super inclined to pick it up. So when my friend was unhauling it, I was like, yeah, you know, I'll pick it up, I'll give it a go, I'll pop it on my shelf, and I'll, you know, one day I'll read the first book and see how it goes. If I really like it, then I can, you know, then go and buy the other books or whatever. I do have the audiobooks of the whole series if it's finished, or the first 3 books, I don't know. I probably will end up listening to it, but yeah, that is that one. That is all for my haul today. Let me know if you have read any of these books and what your thoughts were. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.